Okay, just want to show you what is stalking in the path. I just took a screenshot. You will see the LAPD is documented group stalking. It's in sync with, first of all, the fake sun is over my head right here at my apartment. That's how you know that that's a demon. That's demonic pacing by a plane and a helicopter. They're engaging what is demonic pacing in the sky space. This is what the people of the state are doing on the grounds of Alvarado Gardens. These are demons that have access to pilot licenses, and the federal government is going to promptly address that. Where state terrorism is underway by a demon-possessed agency, Dominic CHOI is going to be outed. He's already being outed. You're witnessing the outing of the domestic enemies that are currently in positions affiliated with law enforcement agencies who are engaging in what is domestic terrorism, stalking American citizens, terrorizing American citizens, using helicopters. An entire department is committed, devoted to this criminal conduct. And what you just saw was demonic pacing in an airplane flying in one direction. They made a U-turn and flew directly back. This is concentrated presence while they are pacing in alignment. The fake sun is right here over my head. These are indeed demons who are engaging in the same exact demonic behavior that I show you the people of the state are doing in their vehicles, on their as pedestrians, while engineered light and a fake sun remains over me. Again, I want you to see that. That's P.O.C. All right, that's called crossing a path, that the ons are going out of their way to cross path over here. They're going to federal prison. All right, so LAPD is monitoring through that conduct. This is called facilitation. While that which is not the sun's not over the Ovid Family Community Library. The sun is over the ons who are crossing path criminally with the LAPD, and that's why they're going to federal prison. All right, this is called impunity. This same property is where the light source remains, and while they're living at a crime scene, engaged in terrorism with the LAPD, that's stalking in the path in the same way, stalking, flying in helicopters, while they know what I'm doing online, publishing evidence about their criminal conduct on the venue of the internet where they are online, and they will be prosecuted for the absence of any free speech. They are acting as state actors while they're online harassing, defaming, while you publish documentation. That same entity that's engaged in massive surveillance, both in relevant position and also on the venue of the internet, in violation of Title 18, Section 22618, subsections 1 and 2. So what you just saw right now was demonic pacing by a commercial airline plane, pacing in that way, and you saw what was at the LAPD demons who are fleeing the scene while they are amplifying. That is sounding helicopter activity on an ongoing basis like you hear now. The entity is concentrating that inside of my apartment while I'm uploading evidence. Heather Till's going to federal prison. Carla Lopez is going to federal prison. Don Noggle is going to federal prison. The people of the state that are working for a third-party company, which is relevant to also the RICO charges, which is a distinct ground, a basis for federal prosecution, where the government, the state of California, is indeed engaged in domestic terrorism, terrorizing American citizens, and this is occurring in LA under what is a light source. How you know that that's a demon that's stalking in the path, engaging in demonic behavior, and they are outing the entire department that they are affiliated with. You already know that that's the heavily documented demon-possessed agency, the Los Angeles Police Department, who are also, again, telling on everybody that lives in the facilitating venue, where the light source, which is not the sun, where it remains over me at 2:44 p.m., right here at the same position over the top of my apartment. This is building 1806. That's how you know what the ons are doing while they're crossing path. That's how you know what the LAPD are doing while they're crossing path, engaging in the heavily documented P.O.C. And they're also doing so on the venue of the internet while I'm publishing evidence. This is called the impermissible threat. And while a demon-possessed and corrupt entity, this is public corruption that I'm exposing, simultaneously exposing what is demon possession. That is the root cause for this public corruption. Demon stalking in helicopters, demon bearing weapons and having badges, and acting in a corrupt manner with a population. That is group stalking. This is the same light source where you're seeing this third party and her son crossing path on this same sidewalk, and this is into the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's currently 10:47 in the morning right now. What you heard, that knocking sound while I swipe my screen down to catch to look at the time, that's a demon stalking with audible activity. That's what sex offenders do while my legs are open, genitalia is exposed, and they're seeking to sexually offend and violate you while they keep you under surveillance and you're physically indisposed inside of a private space. That same demonic behavioral pattern is pursuant to the sex offense. Those are sex offenders affiliated with the LAPD. They will be deported, they will be prosecuted, they will be going to federal prison like every other demon that's engaging in criminal presence, criminal activity creation, which is achieving what is surveillance in the United States in violation of existing constitutional, state and federal constitutional rights. This criminal system is underway at the courts as there's no sun over the courthouse at Rancho Cucamonga, as I documented on June 23rd, 2022 at 10:29 in the morning, at 9:42 in the morning. It's right over the top of my head at this apartment complex where you're looking at real-time activity creation in sync with demons that are stalking in helicopters, okay? This is called demonic pacing, walking all around my apartment building, which is light activity, all right? And doing so with real-time knowledge. I want to be clear, it doesn't matter what language you speak, which is what you're learning. You're understanding the impossible light activity that fills my apartment. They're devoting 24-hour, 7-day-a-week to surveillance, and that's why they're going to federal prison, living at the crime scene where the fake sun remains over my apartment, and then moved to be back over my office. I want to be clear, it's currently 10:49 a.m. This is the same location where you saw living at a crime scene. Those same demons that are pacing and amplifying helicopter inside of my apartment while they know what I'm publishing online flew in a circle for 47 minutes while Dominic Choi knew all about it. Dominic Choi is going to be prosecuted as the terrorist leader in the United States that he is, and he is not acting alone. This is the pattern of conduct that the state is engaging in, and there are more than 7 other law enforcement agencies who are actually terrorist organizations who will be prosecuted the same, and the people of the state are going to federal prison for acting in concert with that system, okay? Acting to threaten your life, and that's exactly what that is when terrorist organizations who want to masquerade as law enforcement agencies are criminally keeping you under surveillance with knowledge of the fact that you are documenting, which you have every right to do so, and in fact you should do so, and expose the life-threatening conduct that you are subject to. This is also occurring in the workplace, where the people of the state, going by speaker companies, are fully engaged in the same exact pattern of conduct. Crossing path, the only difference is those demons wear t-shirts that wear speaker companies, which is relevant to what is the civil recovery that I will gain when I'm prosecuting federally in both under criminal and civil law. This is relevant to what is federal group stalking and monitoring that's just occurring in the workplace. I want you to look at what is now the third. This is ongoing demonic pacing by an agency that is not engaged in any sort of law enforcement serving and protecting. This is called crossing a path, amplified audible activity, and this is a psychotic demon who is prosecuting itself by virtue of engaging in criminal conduct on camera in the specific environment, showing the world what demon possession in America looks like, what public corruption, concert with the population, what it looks like, what the criminal system, Satan's system of surveillance looks like, and it will be prosecuted under the name of the Los Angeles Police Department. This public corruption is on the watch of all of the people of the state. They're living in the same criminal environment. That's relevant. I want to be clear what Satan is doing amongst the state. This is not the sun, and nor is this sunlight that fills my apartment. It is remaining present on the floor and rapidly disappearing. All right, there's no sunlight that would occur in this manner, and it remained as I walked into my apartment, sounding an ongoing chorus of helicopter activity while they're flying at that great distance. That's called amplification, and it's also a sex offense while you're inside of a private space. In addition to that, on this day in 2022, the fake sun's remaining over the Ovid Family Community Library. That's why I'm capturing at 6:19 the demon-possessed terrorist organization, just like the demon-possessed terrorist organization, the LAPD. They're stalking in helicopter at 6:19, where the fake sun is still at the same library that I'm capturing this light source during the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour, and you're looking at it remaining here. It's not over 215 East C Street in Ontario, California on this same day in 2022. In this position also, underneath the structure, there's no sunlight that's going to appear. This is called engineered light. This is serving for facilitation, and this is the engineered light that fills my apartment, telling on everybody that lives in relevant position, crossing path. That's what the ons are doing on camera. Okay, that's called impunity, and that's speaking to the devotion that the demon-possessed have while they're keeping you under surveillance, and you're going to federal prison for it. And so I want to be clear, they're doing so while the demons of LAPD are pacing back and forth in helicopters, stalking openly on camera, which is telling on all of the United States what California is doing, the rest of the country is, right? I just want to make sure you're aware of that. The demons knocking as I zoom in to show you this demon stalking in a helicopter, exactly what fills all of these residences, the entire population. The state of California is going to be prosecuted for surveillance, and this is also speaking to what Satan is doing amongst the population. These are all demons, a whole population, and you know it. The truth that I'm speaking to you, you know it because of the unnatural environment. This is a demonic environment, and that on its face, this heavy helicopter activity, is a probable cause, and also it's relevant to what I'm telling you about what demons are doing in the demonic environment in concert with all of the demons that surround. That's speaking to the malicious system that the government is employing already, what Satan is already doing right under your nose. Okay? Satan's system of surveillance. He's going to use the government to do it. He's going to use the state, and that's exactly what's happening in California, and I'm going to prosecute and enforce my constitutional human rights regarding what I remain subject to. At this volume, at this distance, the entity is sounding helicoptering tied in my apartment. So I wanted to step out and give video of it. And what you're going to look at is not only today in 2022, the fake sun remains over 215 East C Street. At 6:19, the entity is stalking in helicopter in Ontario, California, where a fake sun remains visible outside of the doors of 215 East C Street. That's the P.O.C. That's demonic pacing, living at a crime scene. This is living in relevant position. That's group stalking. That's the state that's living around you, not an individual exercising any privacy rights, not a private residence. It's a facilitating venue where state action is occurring in the specific environment. In the specific environment is where the state is stalking. It is currently 10:54 a.m. This is P.O.C.